Hmm. For the goon. Now, I'm seeing an error on my preview screen there. Is that something that is affecting the stream or affecting my preview? Let's take a look. Oh, it looks good to me. What is up, Pinwriter? Jeffrey, Matthias, welcome back. Miscellaneums, welcome back. Spartan, so good to see you all in the chat tonight, and Merry Christmas to you as well, Miscellaneums. Alright, yeah, so we are back at it. It's bright and early in the House of Dibella here in Ranokosia. Now, we've been doing some aggressive amount of questing lately. It's giving me a warning about my clothing. I was trying to check. Yeah, that's right. We're at reputation 24, but we're still rank novice. That, to me, means we should take a break from the temple and go do some other kinds of questing. What's up, Fawns? Good to see you again. Yeah, so about doing some other kinds of questing, we can go look for local stuff to do, just, you know, pop into a tavern, see what we find. I'm actually thinking of stopping by the palace here in Ranokosia, and, like, maybe we can talk to the nobility and get a quest from them. I think that would fit our high etiquette and all of our, like, reputations that we chose at the start of the game. I think that would fit pretty well. Something I really wanted for this character, though, was to be in the House of Dibella temple as well as a knightly order. Well, I found out that, well, I remembered, I guess, that knightly orders are specific to certain regions, and unfortunately, Tygonus does not have a knightly order. Now, we could go somewhere else, but that's such a weird thing to do. You know, if we're thinking of our character as a person, I think it would be weird to go seek that out. So we might join the Fighters Guild tonight just to get some, like, quests on our map, and it would be good to unlock those trainers so that we can get our archery above 4%, because that's pretty wacky. Speaking of pretty wacky, I feel like it's pretty weird that we did not get a level up in the last stream. Like, we did I guess we did a lot of stuff just around town. Did not necessarily do a ton of dungeon crawling. We just had one good dungeon crawl there at the end. Hey, what's up, Super Effector and David Alvarez? Good to see y'all back. But yeah, y'all aren't ready to promote me, right? Yeah, they're not promoting me yet, so we're gonna go ahead and dip out of here. So I did a little bit of, hold on. A worried-looking youth approaches you. Excuse me, we have a bit of a problem. We just did the barbarian thing, sorry. I did a little bit of stuff off camera. Oh, I changed the class name. You might have noticed in that screen, in fact, because that Templar thing was kind of a placeholder. I changed it to the class name to Priestess of Dibella. Pretty functional. I sold the Claymore for 900 money bucks. That was pretty cool. I sold this wand and a couple of cloth amulets for 200 money bucks. I bought this fur cuirass to help keep us warm. And I bought a couple of spells. I bought Tongues, which is comprehend languages. Should help us to recruit some people here and there. And we bought Troll Blood, which is like a heal over time thing. The thing is, both of these spells cost a ton of magicka, so you gotta be careful whenever we use them. And it makes me want to go buy some Restore Power potions. On our last character, Restore Power was not that great of a potion to have because we had such a huge abundance of spell points. But now spell points are like a real resource scarcity issue for us, so Restore Power should be really good for us. I'd also like a compass. I'd also like a cart. So all of those are things to like sort of work toward. But yeah, let's start just by going to the center of town. Sorry if I sound congested. If I do, it's because I'm congested. So I think I mentioned in the last stream that my wife and my son came down with the flu recently, and I did dodge the flu for the most part, probably because I'm not vaccinated. But I do have some light symptoms of like mostly congestion. In fact, if I say sounding like this and feeling like this, I might go run and grab some nasal spray. trying to figure out some solo OD&D stuff set in the Iliac Bay. That's awesome, dude. I stay trying to figure out some solo RPG stuff. You know, I have a little notebook where I jot down some topics to talk about, like if I'm thoughtful enough to do that. I've had this little bullet point of talking about solo RPGs for a very, very long time. I never get around to it. Here's the thing, though. I love solo RPGs because I don't really have the time, or my friends don't have an interest. Like, I love RPGs. I love tabletop, but I never do it. So a solo RPG is like a good workaround for that, right? There's a modern... My issue right here, it's completely self-inflicted, but I always do too much prep work. Instead of playing an existing solo RPG, I'm always out here trying to start from scratch, and then I like rarely get around to actually doing anything, you know? So that's preventable. That's my fault. Starting an Owlcare. Cool, man. Yeah, keep me posted with how it goes. I was actually... You mentioned doing that in the Iliac Bay. I was wondering, like, well, if I get the opportunity to play D&D sometime, why wouldn't I just make it set in the Elder Scrolls, you know? Or, like, in the Iliac Bay specifically. Like, since Daggerfall is sort of my brand, and I know a lot of the... Not a ton of the lore, but I know enough to get by, I guess. The real reason why I would not do that is, like, I'm kind of a stickler for, whenever possible, doing humans only kind of fantasy. You know, I don't want beast folk in my fantasy if I can help it. So that might be kind of a controversial take. The Alchemist isn't open yet, so let's just loiter for a bit. Yeah, I really like humans only stuff. I don't mind having like halflings and elves, but if I'm playing like an Iliac Bay thing, that means I have to have Khajiit and Argonians. I thought maybe I could just keep the... This only occurs to me now, actually. But if my problem is with the beast folk, we could treat them like orcs and keep them as monster races, you know, not have them as playable characters. Or I have this sort of idea of... making races unlockable. Like, maybe you only start off with humans, and then eventually, after you first encounter a halfling, then you can make a halfling character, and after you encounter a Khajiit, those are two different... I'm kind of crossing the threads there, but you get what I'm saying, right? The more you encounter stuff, the more you are likely to be able to play them. So it occurs to me that we should be buying potions. We have not bought potions, so we're gonna go do that. Ah, man, this is so expensive. Let's start off with, like, the bare minimum. Reepicheep. That's a deep cut. The little mouse guy from Narnia. Yeah, Reepicheep was cool. I like how he just like camped out in the land of Aslan. That was really cool. Yeah, I'm with you, Penrider, about so as much as I would have an easier time playing pre-made games. Like, I have this game. It's not really a role-playing game, but it's called 4 Against Darkness. You may have heard of it if you're familiar with solo gaming in general. Ooh, we can't craft potions yet, but this is a Whoa, that's an expensive recipe for purification. That makes sense. Anyway, 4 Against Darkness is a really cool game. Do I get free action? It's kind of expensive. But I want something that will allow me to prep for one day if I do get to play D&D, right? So instead of going the easy playable route of playing games that exist already, instead I'm always trying to make stuff up from scratch, right? And so that leads to me almost never playing the game, or I'll just play a couple of sessions of it. But the current plan is to make some content that I can use if I ever get around to really trying to make Ammomancy my modern iteration of Dungeons and Dragons, urban fantasy sort of thing. If I ever want to be serious about making that a thing, right? So by doing some solo RPG gaming, then I should ideally have a better chance. Like, I'm doing sort of the prep work for that in itself, you know what I mean? Because I'll play for a bit. I'm just using basic fantasy RPG rules, but then modifying stuff on the fly as I go. But I like to think that while playing it, I'll come up with some idea of, like, what features I want to include and things like that. So whenever y'all do solo RPG stuff, do you prefer doing your journaling and record keeping analog, like with a spiral notebook or something like that, or do you do it digitally? I'm kind of on the fence about it because the analog style is just much more aesthetically pleasing. It gives you like a concrete thing to look at and be like, oh, I played this much of the game. You get to place the sticky notes for the plot threads and things like that. But it takes forever, man, because I like to write it as prose, kind of in the same vein of what I was describing of like playing a solo RPG version of Ammomancy so I can prep for Ammomancy. I also like to write my recap in prose, not perfect prose. I'm not trying to write it that, make it perfect, but I don't know, it's an opportunity to practice something, And so writing prose by hand it just takes forever. It moves at a snail's pace. So I guess from there, I'd like to hear your thoughts about which way you do it. Do you bullet point? Do you use like a digital client, or do you do it by hand? But there's like a sort of trade-off, like about whether we're going to do things the easy way and do it digitally and then focus on doing the gameplay faster, or are we going to do things more quickly? I mean, more slowly and kind of enjoy the process but play less of the game. You know what I mean? Hey, what's up, Robert? Thanks for checking in and supporting the stream as always. Keep shorthand notes rules digitally. Keep your calendar and notes in a notebook. Yeah, that's kind of similar for me. I hadn't accounted for the rules yet. Spartan, you're on you're on the physical team as well. Yeah, most of my like rule sets and stuff like that are in PDF form. However, 4 Against Darkness and Basic Fantasy RPG, those are both like kind of dirt cheap. And so I actually have the physical copies of that stuff, which makes it more satisfying because I can like sticky note. I can just fill the Basic Fantasy RPG rulebook up with sticky notes for quick reference stuff. That's pretty cool. Yeah, I map on real paper as well. Part of my incentive for buying 4 Against Darkness or a game like it is I knew that I'd be able to procedurally generate the dungeons. Like, it has like you roll 2d6 sort of thing to determine which route or what the next room will look like. I really like that, and so I'm going to be kind of stealing from that to use in my excursions. However, I get analysis paralysis, and I don't really make the decisions that I need to make whenever I'm trying to come up with content for the solo RPG. Like for the Ammomancy game, I have 4 characters set up. So I'm kind of piloting a party here. I have the setting somewhat ready, and I have an idea for what like the main gameplay loop is going to be. And so I've kind of arbitrarily decided what the first adventure is going to be. And I'm just like, I'm in the process of creating monsters to populate the first dungeon. A very valid thing to do here would just be like, use whatever is in the monster manual for Basic Fantasy RPG, but I have a vision for what this dungeon's going to be, and I put myself in DM prep hell sometimes by putting way too much like emphasis on my own originality and not using other people's ideas too much, but that's part of the satisfaction of it. Okay, I thought there were more alchemists here. I guess we've been passing by a couple of them. For someone who titled the stream Longing for Dungeons, I sure am spending a lot of time just in town, but I really want some restore power potions, Oh, yes. Silvera, I totally agree with you. The anime-ification of Dungeons & Dragons is very unfortunate. It's that's a good way of looking at it. You could also see it as like the more modern iterations, because it's not just 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons, because I have a lot of fond memories of 5e, although I don't play it anymore. But you can compare like Pathfinder and games like that as well, but they feel like something from the Marvel Cinematic Universe in many cases. Um, or, you know, they've been kind of video gamified as well. Usually video games are stealing principles from, or ideas from the older RPGs, but now the inverse has occurred where the video games are more popular, and so yeah, the RPGs have been kind of not tainted but influenced. I almost said tainted, but they've been influenced by video games, and that has, I mean, me and Fonz were just talking about setting up RPGs games that take place in the Iliac Bay, so I'm obviously not completely opposed to taking ideas from video games, but I think it can kind of goes too far at times. Come on, restore power. Hit me with restore power. I think restore power would be red. Really whiffing on these. Man, I would love some restore power, but it's not happening tonight, it seems like. We have a couple more alchemy shops to check. Yeah, we could always wait till tomorrow, but this is the sort of thing I should have remembered to do off camera as well. What's up, Trump Pence? Yeah, it doesn't appeal to me very much these days either, Silvera. One cool thing about older editions of Dungeons and Dragons is like you barely need your character sheet, whereas in modern iterations of these games you are largely like looking at your character sheet, looking at your spells, and looking at your numbers and things like that. In the older editions you're thinking more about the situation, your environment, and maybe your inventory, and you're kind of making decisions based on your immediate surroundings. It's just more immersive to me, less of a power fantasy. Okay, here's our last alchemy shop. Here's where we get a couple restored power potions. Hit me with it, brother. Come on. Is this the same one? This feels like the one I don't think so, but it felt exactly like that same one we just left. No, the doors would be open if it was the one that we just left. Dang, dude, we're really whiffing. Oh, hey, brother. Yeah, we forgot about this shelf in the last one. Potion of teleport. We have some merit to picking up a potion of teleport. I'm kind of wary of spending all of my gold here because I want to save up for a compass, a cart, and things like that. But a potion of teleport so that we can recall whenever we are like out of mana is really, really good. Okay. Yeah, what kind of exam was it? Are you yeah, was it a difficult one, multiple choice, was it history? Lay it on me. I sometimes miss taking exams, but I don't miss having the stress of an exam to take. I just kind of like the environment where you're, I don't know, you're kind of being asked to demonstrate your knowledge. We do that all the time, I guess, in a non-exam situation. Oh, that's real estate development. Oh, wow. That's interesting. So this was not an exam for school necessarily. It was an exam for a practical, tangible thing that you're going to be like leveraging for your career. That sounds like it, which is awesome. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that, Silvera. As far as other videos about my play style and things like that, the best I can offer are, well, for now, I mean, who knows what's coming down the pipeline. But I recently uploaded that video about what I called the birth sign dilemma, and yesterday I just finished producing and rendering the video that is kind of a follow-up to that about how to kind of randomize your character and their birth sign. But I don't know, it's kind of hard to capture the magic of those videos from like my channel's very early days, because I feel more pressure to have a higher production quality. But I'm really glad that the videos have had a positive impact and changed, kind of altered the way that you've played the game for a better. Oh, it's an elective for your master's program. What's your master's program in? Is it like, are you like Art Vandelay and you want to be like an architect or something like that? Yeah, I'm with you, Spartan, about how people don't care about the tactical decisions. They just want to do cool stuff. This is also what makes combat really, really slow. You know, I want to be hesitant whenever I'm talking about like 5th edition, and because we have a lot of gamers here that still play those things, and if they're having fun with it, then they're having a great time. That's what matters, right? So I'm trying to bite my tongue a little bit here. What was I saying? In my experience playing 5th edition, turns and combat can take a very, very long time, and I think part of it is like I'm gonna do the coolest thing possible, like an aesthetic thing, and it also comes with the idea of like there's sometimes this agreement, this social agreement, that our characters are not going to die. Nothing bad is going to happen to them except for some misfortunes, and they're going to get back on their feet, and it's like a personal offense sometimes if a character dies. And so if they're not worried about their character's mortality, they're not going to care about tactics, you know? They're just going to do what's cool. And that's a valid playstyle for certain groups, you know? Maybe you're right, Jeffrey, where the higher production quality isn't necessary. Maybe, I guess a better way to say it is like, for the types of videos I've been making lately, it's helpful to include charts and graphs, not charts and graphs necessarily, but visual references. Like whenever I'm talking about the birth signs and things like that, I want to give people a visual to look at while I'm reading off what the birth sign does. And then I want to give them the visual graph that's described. So like even the nature of my content means I'm going to spend more time editing and things like that. It's a master's in finance. You can move on though. Okay. Well, I'm just curious, like Mr. Pence. You don't have to talk about yourself a lot. I'm very curious about what people do. Let's go ahead and join the Fighters Guild. You look at sort of the warrior who using the Fighters Guild. We offer skills training, special discounts on armor and weapon repairs, which will be huge. Very profitable work assignments. Yeah, I was actually having a debate in my mind earlier. I was going to make a community post about it, about like, well, do we join the Fighters Guild or the Temple? Not the Temple, a Knightly Order, because, we discussed in the last stream about how we're not really getting a lot of money from the Temple at all, and the Knightly Order would be the same way, but to me that would be another reason to join the Knightly Orders, and we just get our loot from, the dungeons and stuff like that, but... it seems that Providence has guided our hands. We're joining the Fighters Guild. Can we afford some training in... Hey, sister. Training in archery. 85 gold. We don't have much money, but I do want that. Yo, Justinus, welcome back. So we just joined the Fighters Guild. We're going to get some... It's a local quest. I really want to go to a dungeon, but I don't mind like doing some local stuff to get our reputation up. That'll give us a cushion in case we need to abandon a quest. I don't know what the fight is about, and that's not your business anyway. I just need you to go out there, look tough, and scare the milk drinker Sturte into submission. No more than that. I don't want to hear about a killing, you understand? Get to it then. You have 4 days to do this. Alright, let's go ask around about Sturte. Hey, what's up, Javier? Thanks. I'm enjoying myself. One of my favorite things about streaming is just talking to you guys live, so I think the stream's going well. Don't I have a second cloak? Yeah. Alright, Javier. This new character is a priestess of Dibella, because whenever our last character was on her last legs, we were talking about what kind of character we'd have, and since we're always talking about religion and things like that, we kind of decided that we should make a priestly sort of character. So we're playing a priestess of Dibella who has a blunt weapon, restoration, etiquette, mysticism, short blade dodging, and these minor skills. But yeah, we're in the Temple of Dibella. We just joined the Fighters Guild. Now the evil cat girl. Oh, the evil cat girl. I know that Never mind. It was a sad story, okay? A totally preventable death occurred whenever I became very complacent. I was in a dungeon for doing a quest for the Dark Brotherhood. I jumped into some water thinking the quest target might be underwater. I should have done this after exploring all other avenues, right? Now there's an enemy in the water called a Lamia, and I knew that the Lamias were in there, but what I did not know is that Lamias will like damage your fatigue every time they hit you. So that underwater cat, the underwater lady, smacked me like twice. My fatigue dropped to 0 and we were done. Completely preventable. I did not need to be in there, but it is what it is. Wow, she just like went ahead and put the Dancing Goblin on my map. So we're going to the Dancing Goblin. Alright, it's to the east, west, to the west. Yeah, that was my bad. One day I'll know what it's like to have a high-level character who's not Bogard. It's been a very long time since I've played like a high-level character. I've never summoned a Daedra in this game. I don't really get Daedric artifacts that often, you know, except for the ones that you get from the main quest, that sort of thing. I rarely have access to crafting potions, so those are all like some gameplay elements that I'd like to get into. Okay, I'm supposed to be breaking up a fight in here. What's the deal? Maybe I just smacked them a couple times. Hey lady, she got the red eyes. Is this the right place? I'm looking for Sturty. Do y'all know where... Oh, you're Sturty? You want a real fight, huh? My money's on the big one. Cannot pacify this enemy. Okay, we gotta be careful here. We gotta bomb it up. Bomb it up. Now that's what I call a powerful hit. You got me. I'll stop bothering the fools in the Dancing Goblin. Great. I was scared whenever my screen flashed red like that. Hey buddy. You really gonna just block the way like this? Tele to exit. What? I can't do tele to exit from a tavern? Don't make me recall out of here. It's fitting for a cat to perish in water. That's true. What was not fitting was for the cat to go into the water to begin with. That should have been like what I was super averse to. I really thought that tele to exit would win. Would solve this issue for me. I cannot pacify him. Okay, so be it, so be it. Oh, I'm so glad that I learned now that an anchor has not been set. Maybe there's a different way. No. Shoot, man. Are we soft locked? Oh, okay, he moved. Okay, here we go. Yeah, I really thought that we had like a soft lock situation on our hands. Look at this, by the way. Our factions are on the opposite side of town. That's kind of unfortunate. All of our vitals are really low. We need to make sure that we rest up and set an anchor before going out. Man, if I don't set an anchor, I'm really worried that I'm not going to set an anchor. So as far as other content, since I mentioned it, so I'm going to be uploading the birth sign solution video. I might come up with a more grabby title. Excuse me. I might come up with a more grabby title for it or something like that, but I finally got the mod set up for Morrowind figured out. And I might have mentioned this before, but I have a good amount of people who want like recorded content again. Not like recorded gameplay content, kind of like the Bogard stuff. I've been holding off because I haven't had the mod setup like really sorted out that I wanted. For Morrowind, I mean open Morrowind to be specific. So I ditched Sun's Dusk, the survival mod that's super intricate for devilish needs. I got that working there were a few days where I just didn't even want to look at it. I was getting some errors for some of the mods. I didn't want to look at it. I didn't want to think about it. I just wanted it to work, you know? It's one of the big aversions to playing Elder Scrolls sometimes is whenever your mods aren't working the way they should. But yeah, I'm trying to find out the rhythm of like how many uploads, not even how many uploads a week necessarily, but can I do one upload of regular content, one upload of like gameplay content and stream all at the same time? Because I can see myself kind of burning out if I try to keep up with that. On the one hand, the algorithm likes whenever you have some regularity to what you're doing, especially if it's daily, which it's not going to be for me. But I'm kind of scared of burnout, and I'm trying to not like care too much about doing things consistently all the time, because like some content that I can upload every now and then is better than none at all. So making sure I don't burn out is kind of important for me right now, because it's tempting. It's tempting to just like I'll be able to fixate on something, so I'm worried that like this sort of thing is content creation is just something that I'm fixating on for like temporarily, and then I forget about it, and I'm where I was a few months ago. But I really like this rhythm that we're in now, where I upload occasionally and stream frequently. It's been a lot of fun. Yeah, but Spartan, and the pre-recorded content is, it's like a different thing, because I get really excited that I get to talk to y'all. It's like a lot of fun, you know? Whereas, so someone that wants to watch a VOD is watching me talk to the chat, and some people like that, and some people would really just prefer the more immersive experience of me just being in the game and locked in there, and I get that. Yeah, I agree, Jeffrey, about, you know, streaming on a dedicated day and uploading on a different day and things like that. The difficult thing, let's see if they'll promote me. Not yet. Oh, I need to drop an anchor out here, in fact, in case I need to teleport with my horse. The difficult thing about doing it regularly, like on a specific day, I would love to have a specific I'm going to stream on this night day. But my wife's schedule is unpredictable. Her work schedule is unpredictable. And I can only stream on nights whenever she puts Hudson down for sleep. And that's kind of what makes it hard for me to have a consistent day. Hey, Wahlberg, thanks for the feedback. I also really, really enjoy the streams. Like, it's much more fun for me to be playing a game with an audience, talking to the audience, than for me to, like, be talking to myself in an empty room, you know? I guess I'm still talking to myself in an empty room, but it's different. Yeah, I'm with you, Spartan. It is definitely a hobby for me, and not sure. It doesn't feel too much like work for me, whereas somebody who's like uses this as their primary means of income, like that's definitely just work for them, you know? I mean, that's not to say that they don't enjoy it as well. Oh, that's a cool perspective, Spartan, where that's a good perspective, that it's an unexpected present. I was thinking of arbitrarily just like choosing a day, like, you know, like Jeffrey suggested, like maybe Fridays, and I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna try to stream this day. We're gonna plan to stream every Friday, and then if something comes up, then I'll kind of just like be like, okay, we're not streaming Friday, we're gonna do it this day instead, you know? We are getting no potions of restore power, y'all. It's kind of a bummer. Do I spend? I think we don't spend any money unless it's restore power right now. We go back to the Fighters Guild and see what they give us. Longing for dungeons is right. Don't forget it. Oh, you know, let's stop at the palace if it's open as well. Okay, it's not open yet. Let's go to the Fighters Guild it is. We're gonna go to that dungeon, alright, Justin? This will get there. This is the one. I'm feeling it. We're gonna have our reputation is 5 now. Yeah, so we have some padding. We're able to fail a couple of quests before I guess what I'm saying is I'm more comfortable taking a dungeon quest now. Yeah. That's what I'm getting at. Everything's closed. Alright, what you got for us? Someone's looking for a fighting partner, wanting to go down to some cave, smash up some bandits, split the loot, talks about offering some enchanted item for it. Yeah, dude, the Citadel of Glaldam. Glaldam. Alright, the Citadel of Glaldam. That sounds awesome. A citadel might have some enemies for us to recruit as well. Alright, let's go to 3 days travel northwest, Citadel of Glaldam. Okay, so Gurenton Hall is at the door. Soon the client enters to meet you. Hello there. Mindari Ivythorn, you say. My name is Torte. A pleasure. Let us go to the Citadel of Glaldam. I know a band of criminals is taking up refuge there, and we would spend our time well clearing it out. Clearing it out? What is the expectation? Are we killing everything in this default-sized dungeon? A magic broadsword. I mean, that's not that helpful for us, to be honest, but I still want to do it. Alright, let's go to the Citadel of... It's way up north. Way up north. Let's do this. We're gonna go to... Oh, how many days do we have for this? Wrong button, Micah. We don't have a time limit. So what we're going to do is we're going to fast travel to Gisela. We'll put an anchor in Gisela, and then we will have a convenient place to retreat to. We should get some food before heading out. We should set an anchor, recall, anchor, anchor, oh, oops. Anchor, Gisela, something like that. A crowd has gathered to watch fisticuff matches of local citizenry. The organizer carries several sacks of money, which it looks like the next round is about to start. Do you want to volunteer your hand? No, thank you. Do not waste our time and energy like this. Oh, you're right. The sword could be cast, like a cast spell, which would be cool. And honestly, even if the sword is not like a major skill of ours, does not necessarily mean that it's impossible to use. So we're looking for a little bit of money. Speaking of money, if the sword is like cast on strike, we will probably sell it for the spoils, you know? Let's be real. Okay, just a couple pieces of food to take to the dungeon. It's probably gonna get moldy. The more we buy, the more likely we are to deal with mold. Let's see, do we want to buy any torches? Yeah, moldy apple, moldy orange. Let's get rid of the candles. We'll keep one candle. And honestly, the shoes are not needed. Regular casual pants are not needed. I don't think we're going to wear this evening gown. It's just weighing us down. Everything else is like a reasonable thing to have in our... Okay, now, any torches? Could buy a lantern, but they're kind of... Well, do we buy a lantern? I don't know. I really like having to deal with the... Like dropping the torch and stuff like that. Another torch? Yes, sir. Okay. The character will not actually help me. He's just he's just a face on the screen. It would be cool if one day there are quests where we actually have followers who are given to us, but I don't think the technology is there yet. If anybody's like actually familiar with how these mods work, they could explain why, but yeah, we're not there yet, basically. Would be cool. Would be very cool. Oh, quick save. Lest we forget. Alright, let's hit it. Oh, you know what? We're really warm right now. Gotta remember that Tygonus has such a wide variety of climates. Okay. We failed to avoid an encounter. Movement by the portcullis. Yep, this is a citadel. This is a really cool one. Really cool exterior. This is an orc? What kind of orc? That looks like a sergeant. We're not going to pick a fight with an orc sergeant. Part of me wants to go try to talk to him. But y'all remember Kirstia? Anybody that watched my pre-recorded Ironman series might recall Kirstia, who got... Oh! She got bopped on the way to talking to an orc. Oh, we're kind of trapped. Wow, that was scary. Oh, there are orcs everywhere, man. Come on. Okay. Torta speaks up. So my broadsword for your fighting, right? This place should be lucrative enough to pay for that, I assume. We'll split the items we find on the criminals. The words leave some doubt for his sincerity. Okay. Taking a sip of water while I think about this. He's going to double cross us, right? Like at some point after we clear enough of the dungeon, he's going to be like, alright, now you're dead, and I don't have to give you my magic broadsword. Just how it seems to me. Oh, I actually did want these back on. These are the same thing, right? Yeah. Let's get a reminder what my spells are. Troll's Blood costs 44, and we have only 63 spell points. Oh, worth noting. Ah, shoot. Let's see, Recall and Troll's Blood. 44, okay, that's 72? So yeah, our maximum HP whenever in darkness, or maximum spell points whenever in darkness, is not enough to cast Troll's Blood and Recall. That's why we have a potion of teleport, in a way. It's one reason why we do. Oh, here's somebody. Okay, not impressed by our streetwise. Let's just go ahead and fight this one. I'm glad, like, it's very fitting that we actually have a streetwise, like, rogue to deal with, considering the context of this quest. Alright, we got it. Let's pick up our torch and move on. Oh, this is some pretty good loot. Steel flail, jump change. Oh, cool, we get some pants. That's actually like a little upgrade for us. Chain solerettes. That's an upgrade for us also. Chain hauberk, chain cuirass. Okay, that's not an upgrade for us. You love to see it. We got some loot that we earned. It actually was an upgrade for us because that's how mediocre our like equipment is right now. Oh, cool, the dungeon, like torture room. Well, we don't have a time limit, so I don't see much reason why we shouldn't just camp out. Oh, let's go ahead and equip our jewelry so that we can be beautiful like Dibella would want. Is it wasteful to eat food right now? The food is going to get wasted if we don't eat it. It's going to go moldy. Enemies nearby, in a place we can't run from. Okay. All right. Let's go back over here. Man. I'm not doing the best job of kiting and stuff like that, but thankfully she's not doing much damage. Okay, man, this is a pretty decent loot here. Silver short sword. It's unlikely to be worth it to pick that up. We actually have the silver short sword already. Yeah, this is some pretty valuable loot. I'm torn between... I'm sure if we need it, we will pawn some of it off. But for now, we're just going to wear it. Rest. We found enemies nearby again. Yeah, we do not have the cart yet. That is one of the things that we're saving up for. Oh, this guy's double tapping. Ah, boom. I hope one day our restoration skill gets good enough for us to use Feet of Notorgo and, like, Troll's Blood regularly. Oh, that was a cool death sound whenever it's not coming from me. Okay, no loot there, really. Now, we might get to a point where we have, like whenever we're about to leave, and then I might pick up some of their armor and weapons that otherwise aren't worth much. Now, last time I regretted putting my campfire down. Hopefully, we don't regret it this time. Quick save, because we're paranoid now. We've had crashes in consecutive streams, I feel like, so we gotta be careful with that. Oh, dude. At least it wasn't a werewolf. Jump scare wolf. Hey, we pacified a burglar. Follow me? Yeah, still pretty cool. Now this guy wants me to wipe them out, so we might have to double cross that person. A dwarven longsword. Now that's some heavy loot that I'm happy to pick up. Leather jerkin. Chain beats leather. Sorry. Do we just kill this person? It doesn't seem very in line with what Dibella would want, so let's just mark on our map in case it becomes relevant that there is a living, pacified burglar here. Yeah, I don't know. This is where there's like a conflict of interest between the Fighters Guild and my sensibilities as a priestess. But she is a burglar. We'll see if we can kite somebody over here to help us fight her. Maybe. They're pretty far away. Okay. It's unlikely that this person ends up helping us. Maybe we do just give them the axe. I don't feel good about it. Let's help ourselves to a torch, though. We can actually take a couple of torches here. Let's see. What is your name? Got anything for sale? Look at my wares. It's funny. All right. Sorry about this. Wow. Sorry about this, Dibella. Don't look. You know, it did not even give me the prompt that says that you got a successful backstab. That was just like, you're done. A good roll. Okay, it's getting a bit... a lot of twists and turns here, making me think that we should put some chalk down. Yeah, Jeffrey, I went ahead and handled it. Book says head. Oh, hello. Hold on. Come on. Whoa, 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 whoa. This is for killing the other burglar. Wow. It's really putting up a fight. There's no sense busting out my bow right now. Wow. This is like a really strong burglar. And I'm doing a terrible job, like, on a skill perspective of baiting out attacks and stuff. Okay. Goodness gracious. Man, that's pretty rough. You say backstabs degrade your weapon much faster? That is a bummer. You know, that's a case to be made for using the knick-knack spell to conjure up a blade to backstab with whenever you're, if your character allows for that sort of thing. Okay. It says there's an enemy nearby. Where are you? Hello. Okay. Gotta play carefully. Low on magicka. Finite amount of... Okay, look at us go. 100 gold on that guy. That's gonna pay more than this quest pays. Alright. High spawn rates in this dungeon, it feels like. Stealth, dodging, running, play. I didn't get to read all of them. Come on. Come on. We got it, we got it. This is really satisfying. Chain boots? Sure. Yeah, very, very satisfying getting some combat in. There are enemies nearby. My goodness. Maybe this is part of the quest. You know how some quests have enemies that follow you regularly? Like, if that's the case, though, we wouldn't be able to pacify. Yeah, okay. So this is being spawned by the quest. That kind of changes how we want to play, then. Okay. Oh, I'm satisfied. I think we both came out much richer than we expected. Take your broadsword. Maybe I'll see you again in Ranocasia. Wow, he tosses the item away and disappears. Consider your job done. Wow. No double crossing, no nothing. What's really great is we still have so much of this dungeon to explore. We can do it for free, you know? Yeah, man, let's pack up our stuff. We will probably just recall out. No, we have to go out and get our horse before recalling. But I'm very much afraid of the those orcs. We have a lot of orcs at the door. Do we have... let's get one good rest in before we do this. Let's eat as well. Okay. We have to be very careful. Our horse... oh, hold on. Where did it take us? We are far from our horse. I don't like that. You know, you never quite know which dungeon... whenever a dungeon like this has multiple doors, you don't really know which one is the true entrance. Ah, man. I wish I had the birth sign of the shadow so that I could go invisible and get my horse. Oh, no. We do have a panic button. We can technically try climbing. Not really our character's strong suit. Longing for a horse right now. Whoa, 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 whoa. My horse, dude. My horse. Ah, that sucks, man. We're gonna have to go back for it, you know? We'll go back after doing some loots, like all the errands that we run in town, but my goodness, that sucks. Don't play this cheerful music. Don't insult me. Yeah, Orc Shaman almost killed us. That's 2 close call streams in a row. We had a really close call fighting the werewolf at the end of the last stream, and that was a pretty close call. My rest was excellent, dude. Get off me. Perhaps you should leave some items behind. A warm and foggy day in the swamps. What time is it? It's noon. We slept in. Let's have some Supreme Jambalaya. No, we will protect Lunar's namesake here at all cost. Now, we actually don't have a lot of resources here in town. We do have the Mages Guild, so we're going to go get an identification going. No, we're not giving up like this, man. Sugar lumps this far away will not work. Just to verify, yeah. Oh, man, you're right, Pin Rider. I could have used sugar lumps while I was running away from the orcs, and that probably would have worked. That would have been a good play, Pin. If I had your brains and my save game, we would have gotten through that. I feel like, man, whenever you're in the moment and you're scared, it's so much harder to make good decisions, even in video games. Okay, identifier is right here. Moment of truth. Never tiring broadsword. Cast when used stamina. That's kind of cool. That's kind of cool. That's very handy. Like, that's something that I will not want to get rid of ever. It's kind of poetic that our last character died because of stamina loss. Our first magic item in this game is gonna help us resist stamina loss, ideally. So yeah, this is something that we carry around. The hard thing about this is that it's kind of, the loot is kind of heavy. The General Aegis here. Aegis. Let's go for it. The shop is laid out in practical and straightforward manner. All the items seem to be of adequate construction. Now, we could shop around for a better one, but that's going to take up too much screen time. We're just going to sell our Dwarven Longsword, Steel Gauntlets, Steel Flail, Chain Solrets, Leather Boots. I'm just kidding. That's not even worth that much. That's kind of surprising. Man, we are still pretty heavy right now. We are still... Can I equip the... I can. Equip a crystal. We are really heavy. We're like at 46 speed. My goodness. Now, someone asked about encumbrance a minute ago. What was that about? I missed it. I forgot to answer. I don't see the question about the encumbrance anymore, but encumbrance gets to a point where, like, it's not like in Skyrim where you can still walk around a little bit. You'll just be in default Daggerfall. Without roleplay realism, having maximum encumbrance will prevent you from picking up any more items. Now with roleplay realism installed, and I believe climates and calories has some interaction there as well, our maximum speed is impacted. Yeah, well, it sucks that we're so heavy because, like, I don't know what I can let go of. The icon is one. I have, like, outfits on me and stuff like that, but what do I get rid of, you know? The broadsword is 2 kilograms. This is, like, what's weighing me down so much? I mean, my armor's doing it. This is why it would be good to have a cart, though. Well, how much does a cart cost, in fact? Now, it's premature. We don't have the horse yet. Put in the cart before the horse. Am I right? Sorry. It's... Okay. This would be a good way to, like, literally just, like, cart our armor and piles of gold around. But we do want to be able to hire some people to watch it as well. Do y'all remember if I set an anchor? I think I did set an anchor. I might rest one day before heading to the dungeon just to make sure. Yeah, this is just for flavor, Spartan. If it gets to like the jewelry, it's a good question. If it gets to it and I really want some more cash, I'll sell the jewelry. But as a priestess of Dibella, I think that the beauty that is provided by that jewelry should be a kind of an even trade-off. Yeah, we're gonna go ahead and cast Recall because I'm paranoid. We're going to get a room. We're gonna rest. I probably could have gone back to where I was before. Would have been good. Running skill improved. Crouch out of here. Get some food for the road. Venison pie. Yeah, it's nighttime. I was kind of afraid of that. But what's a gal to do? I guess I could wait till morning. 6:18. Man, yeah, we're gonna wait till morning. Yeah, the carts and horses are expensive. Do you remember the first dungeon we went to where we found like 3 magical daggers? All right, under the Shining Sun, a group of healers from the Temple of Julianos adjure the people to learn basic first aid, to solve small problems without requiring the temple's healers. I mean, 200 gold pieces for a level up in medical sounds pretty good. They'll do it. Now we have to rest again. What's up with our messages? Like appearing way down there. Okay. Are we still invigorated? Your burden slows you down and exhausts you. I don't want to leave anything behind, man. I have like nothing to leave behind. My chalk, my formal brassiere. Oops, what did I just put on? Oh, it's a different shirt. Yeah, I think it's mostly just my armor doing it to me. I guess I can ditch the fur jerkin. I'll take off my cloaks. Okay. Food. So this is Operation Go Get Our Horse Without Dying to the Shamans. Okay, quick save. Pull up the map here. Go ahead and fast travel. We're gonna kick it up a notch since we don't have the horse here. Oh, hold on. That's cute. It's like a little bay. This might actually be the Iliac Bay. Looks good. Alright, Citadel. Let's go back. Yeah, so using something as temporary storage, the issue with doing that in town is that it will reset whenever you leave the town. Hey, look, there's a little village over here. So, like, your stuff would be gone. Now, since I use persistent dungeons, we could... Yeah, come on, let's get out of here. Since I use persistent dungeons, we could store stuff in a dungeon. My goodness, took a while for my brain to process what to say there, partially because I'm so terrified of what we're gonna find here. Person shot me through the tree. Oh, I almost dodged into their bullet. Come on. We were so slow. It makes combat so hard. Yeah, Feet of Notorgo would go so hard as a spell for us, assuming we could cast it and like not lose all of our mana immediately. Okay. 48 gold. Decent armor, but we're so slow right now. All that said, we are going to go back into the dungeon. That's what we've been longing for. We're already out here. I want to find the entrance. Here's the entrance that we will come out of. Yeah, since those orcs spawned sort of randomly and dynamically outside of the dungeon, I kind of expected them to be gone whenever we came back. So that is convenient for us, to say the least. Yeah, Orc's got to move on. Our chalk is gone, though. That's kind of a bummer. Let's see what we do. Because we have... Blunt weapons at 43. We could be leveling short blade, but that actually would not contribute to our level up because mysticism and dodging are higher. Okay. Maybe we leave some stuff by the entrance, but what do we even leave, you know? So, yeah, I guess if and when we get a cart, we would leave all of this stuff in our cart, as opposed to leaving our armor or our magic broadsword, because we want our armor and our magic broadsword whenever we're in the dang dungeon. Okay, we're not gonna fight this person. Oh, I didn't mean to cast that. Oh, man. I meant to use my healing spell. I want to do neither. Can I do neither here? Anchor. Just gonna run it back. Oh, my food's getting ripe. Sugar lumps. Okay, we're all done with this part. We're gonna put our cold weather gear on and get a move on. Rhonodesia is right here. Rhonocasia. Okay, so now we know that, where's our dungeon notes? This one has humans, Nightblade, streetwise. So unfortunately that was not the right citadel to go recruiting people for our, you know, etiquette skill, but it's all good. Ah, campsite. Thank you, Pinrider. Yeah, we lost our campsite, didn't we? So we got a broadsword for payment. How much money do we have in cash? It's gonna be so expensive to try to get a cart, my man. I mean, if we're careful, we could... yeah, our priestess misclicked. If we're careful, we could leave our piles of miscellaneous stuff like in a dungeon nearby in Rhonodesia, because we have like this one, Ruins of Bursum Court. That's what had the lycanthropes in it, so we probably shouldn't do that. Yeah, this is a... That's what I'm saying, is like I make bad decisions whenever I'm actually in the dungeon playing the game and getting scared and stuff like that. I just, for some reason, misclicked there. Could go... I'm not going to move my anchor just yet, but we should get go to a general store and get a campsite. Honestly, I'm considering selling some of our jewelry to see if that will make the cut. It's worth mentioning that our gold is also weighing us down. The cart will pay for itself. Oh, an investment opportunity. Yo, potion of restored power. Let's get it. Ah, but we want to buy a cart. Still, one potion of restore power for emergency. I think it's worth it. Okay, I see what you mean. Let's see, are we able to sell these things? I think we would want to go to a pawn shop for that. We have a pawnbroker over there to the northwest. Man, speaking of things I want to buy, where's my compass whenever you need it? Okay, yeah. Yeah, let's just liquidate the jewelry here. We'll keep it as like an ongoing thing where we want to Okay, we'll see about liquidating the jewelry, I should say. So sell, 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 and then it's gonna be over here, and we sell, 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 sell. You see, even after selling all this, we're gonna have just 530 gold added, and this 530 gold is likely to weigh us down. It's gonna weigh us down 5.3 kilograms, basically. It's going to weigh us down more than the jewelry without allowing us to buy the cart yet. So I think we're going to hold off on selling, but it's good to check on that once in a while. Yeah, it's just unfortunate that our gear weighs so much because we don't have a lot of... Okay, at least our speed is not being penalized right now. It might start being penalized once we get a campsite, of course. Saddlebags for the horse, I agree, would be really, really cool. Got to get a campsite from the general store. And then I guess we're going to be doing some more Fighters Guild quests, but maybe we'll go... maybe we'll go pop into the Temple of Dibella to see if they're ready to promote us and see what kind of like services we have access to after promotion. Let's see. Hey, Freakanoid, thanks for checking in, man. Thank you for lurking. Let's get bandages and then this. All right. A 281 as my current gold amount. That's my native area code in Houston. Back whenever I lived there. Man, I thought that dungeon and that quest was going to be really profitable for us, but really didn't change much considering the resource depletion that I praise so highly. And buying stuff like a new bedroll, stuff like that. Hey, Banos. Yeah, I agree, man. It would be really cool to play Daggerfall in one of the other regions, like Somerset Isles. Except for ESO, you can't really go to Somerset Isles. I'm really curious about that. Or Skyrim, even seeing Skyrim in a way that it's like, or Cyrodiil, man. I would love to play in there. Another kind of job here, Mindari. In case you're tired of killing rats and bears, there's this house in town that's afraid there's been a break-in tonight. You need to guard it for 440 gold. Yeah, dude. Okay, go to the Yamford residence. Stay there from 11 p.m. Yeah, until sunup. These people weren't too specific about what threats they were expecting, but it's not going to be vampires or werewolves or something. Just some local lowlife and his friends. All right, this is cool. We in pivoting into the Fighters Guild, we've taken on some vigilante justice. It seems this is like our second quest where we're going to kill some lowlives. Location, general, not general stores. General. West of here. Thank you. Excuse me. Thank you. Yamford residence. There it is, by the jewel box. Now, don't we have a palace to check out? Yeah, because it's morning time. Okay, it's like evening, so we're going to have time to go to the palace to get acquainted with the nobility. We're going to go to a tavern, maybe check in at the tower, the House of Dibella, to see if we have a promotion ready. And then we can be at that Yamford residence by 11 p.m. Yeah, yeah, David. I do believe that Morrowind was intentionally, initially set up in Somerset Isles before they pivoted. Yeah, Blackmoor should be a hard game to pull off. Same for Valenwood. Valenwood seems really, really cool. Palace is locked, of course, with the wandering forests and things like that. But how would they actually pull that off in game? And like you said, they changed a lot of lore. Yeah, yeah, I agreed, Panos. The other regions are much more wild. Even Cyrodiil, in its like, in its older form of the lore, is much more wild. It does still have that kind of Roman Empire feeling to it, but it's like the Roman Empire are still colonizers of a very hostile territory. It seems like to me. I don't know where I'm getting that impression from, but that's what I've heard. Yeah, yeah, I agree. They could, like, if they play a game in Black Marsh, you don't have to. It could just be a province of it, like in Vardenfell. Dang, we're still not getting promoted. I guess not much in-game time has passed. So we have 2 promotions queued right now. Okay, we go to the tavern near Yomford residence next. Yeah, let's just keep going. Yeah, 2 provinces is a good idea too. Oh man. In the hypothetical game called Elder Scrolls 6, which 2 provinces do you think? I mean, that one screenshot shows an arid mountain, so it could very well be coming back to Hammerfell and then like the Iliac Bay in general, but they probably want to include a territory that they have not visited yet, like something to the south. What's to the south? Is it Valenwood that's to the south of Hammerfell? I think so. It would be so cool to get some action in Valenwood. Whenever I was new to these games and I was less like biased toward human characters, I was really, really like biased toward wood elves. Like they're pretty cool. Let's get some beer to pass the time. Okay, we need to rest for 4 hours. Hold on, let me make sure I'm doing the math right. It's about to be 6 p.m. We can rest for... Let's rest for loiter for 4 hours here, and then go to the spot. Did y'all ever play the Oblivion mod that takes you to elsewhere? I don't remember what it's called. Something like Aquila. Man, we ditched our fur, and now the cold is seeping into our bones. Even whenever we have 2 layers on. Maybe it's because we have just the wrong kind of items on, like the chain. It's not good for us. Okay. I think we got the temperature under control. It's not like we're going very far anyway. We really should have set a new anchor in case this gets too tricky for us. Like, it would be bad to to teleport all the way to the north. So bandits surprised your party and robbed them of their horse and mule and the giant weasel skins they were gonna sell. That's a bummer, dude. But that's what adventures are made of. It's not supposed to go as planned. Ah, our guard for the night. Please, move about freely. We're under your care. Sure. This is a pretty nice house you got here, man. So let's get a lay of the land. Where are we going to go to kite enemies whenever we fight them and stuff like that? If there's like an actual circuit, that would be good. This is a red herring. We don't want to go into either of these doors where it's like a closet and nothing else. Okay, we don't have a circuit, but we do have this room where we could maybe maneuver around the table. We don't have much magicka. This is pretty tough. We could fight them up here. This is probably the way to do it. It just feels kind of lame because the burglars... Maybe we're anticipating the burglars to come through the windows. Sure. You've protected our house, Wood Elf, and earned your gold. Fair enough, man. See you later. Protected from what? That was unexciting. But we got 440 gold just by making ourselves available, so, you know, that's kind of cool to me. Yeah, not good for the whole content creation thing to not have any fights or kerfuffles there, but it's whatever. Got money in the bank. Perhaps a little bit closer to that beautiful, beautiful cart that we want so bad. Blood red skies over Daggerfall. Yeah, so the reason why I wasn't wanting to do the attic to begin with is I thought that, like, from a, like, I don't know how to describe it. I thought that the enemies would want to target, like, the first floor and break in, like, kick the door down, but maybe they would be coming through the windows. So I thought it would be kind of unrealistic for the guardian to sit up there, but then again, we could have just been listening for them, even if we expected them to come down through the front. Okay, I think we gotta loiter for a few hours before it'll open up. You really need some sleep. Okay, but we'll okay, we'll sleep. Okay, Ralzar, we'll sleep. Sorry. Oh, shoot, Micah, come on. It's a few more hours. That whole staying up through the night to watch the... I still need more rest. Yeah, staying up through the night messed up our character's sleep schedule. It's kind of funny that that's a consideration. Food. Beets with goat cheese, sure. It's nighttime? A hissing sound. No, we're not going to attack the vampire. Man, that messed up our sleep schedule pretty badly. I hope the Fighters Guild is still open. I just want my next quest. Yeah. Man, we ain't getting any promotions. Okay. Got a simple bounty here for one zombie in a house. You gotta slay it and come here for your payment. And you'll have a little help too. Sure. This is the talisman. Take this talisman. If at any point in a fight you feel like it's about to take you, wrap your hands around this trinket and press it tight. The zombie should freeze up and lets you get ready for more battle. It'll still fight back, but you should get some breathing room from it, really. The problem is the talisman only works once before it needs recharging. Okay, come back when the thing's dead. Now, if this was like a vanilla zombie, I can see why you'd have this much paranoia, but with the Meaner Monsters mod, ironically, the zombies are weaker. You get kind of nerfed to be more like a traditional zombie than a Daggerfall zombie, which is unfortunate to me, but it's understandable as well. We're going to the Yeomton residence. He wants me to be back within 24 hours. It's going to be kind of hard to know where the Yeomton residence is. Well, you know, actually, with the mods we have installed, we should have NPCs sitting outside closer to the center of town. Whereas normally, we wouldn't really have that luxury. Man, we're almost never at max magicka because it's either nighttime and we have like lower spellcasting ability in darkness, or like we're in a dungeon, things like that, or even in a building or something like that. It's either nighttime or we're in a dungeon, or we have traveled from a dungeon or nighttime somewhere else, you know? And so our magicka is effectively just reduced all the time. You despise our kind. We have like 70 personality, bro. Also, how have we still not leveled up? Why would I help a complete stranger with your reputation? I've been only helpful. I can't believe we're getting the cold shoulder from everybody. Okay, thank you. Where is Yeomton residence? Thank you. My goodness. Maybe they were part of the underworld, and I took a really big negative penalty to the underworld reputation so that my reputation with everybody else could be better. Wait, the Yeomton residence? Am I going to the exact same spot that we were before? We're just going back here. First, it's like... first they're dealing with a break-in, and now it's... I thought it was like a different Yome. First it's a break-in, now it's a zombie. Guys gotta get their act together. Hold on now. Yeah, the sticky note in the corner for prep is not a bad idea. That's what this little thing is for. But I usually will drop the ball with this or that, you know what I mean? Am I in the wrong house? It feels like the wrong house. Okay, maybe it is a different one, because I think the last house was like south of the champion jewel box. It's just the other one's not on my map anymore, maybe? I got a call about a zombie. I'm doing my Bogard voice. Okay, I don't want to talk like a woman though, so I think however I would do that would be offensive. Oh, hey, buddy. I see you. Hey! Okay. Let's be careful. Not get complacent. Troll's blood. Get to try this out. I cast the spell before just to see how it would do. Okay. Fighter's Guild is done. No, zombie's done. Can return to Fighter's Guild. Fighter's Guild is not done. Long live the Fighter's Guild. Man, we're getting like a lot of quests done for both of our guilds. We're not getting any... I feel like for sure we would have leveled up by now. Or... you know, what am I trying to articulate here? We would have gotten a level up or advanced in the Temple of Dibella. I wonder if I messed something up by going into my character's, like, configuration file too many times. Am I overthinking it? I don't know. I don't have that mod installed that lets you track your progress. Well done. These things scare people most of the day. You got a future with us, I think. Let me take back about this house, but now you're more fine with mace or longsword. Okay, let's get the mace. There you go. Silverwood knocked down skeleton suckers. Believe it. Okay, well that's another piece of heavy equipment, but it is nice to have a one-handed option. I think we're gonna sell it, but it's a pretty cool gift, pretty cool quest reward. You can tell this was a custom quest because of the way they set up the interface there at the end. All right. Level 3. Okay, progress made to next level is 93%, so I'm worrying about nothing, I think. I think I'm worrying about nothing. It's probably fine. Really do want a promotion, and what's our... Man, our Fighters Guild reputation is at 20 now as well. Maybe we should go back to doing it, but they give us money for Fighters Guild quests. Okay, got one here that's dead simple, and the pay is bad enough to match it. Okay, well, I'm not even gonna... I had work, but I had the Fighters Guild to do it. Thanks, man. Are we all out? Okay, dude. Tempted to go back to the werewolf dungeon, but that's stupid. We're not going to do that. We will, though, go and rest and check out the palace and see if we can get some sort of generic quest, like a delivery quest, or I of course want to go back to a dungeon. Maybe we can just do that. What's our gold situation like? We were offered like 500 for all of our gems and stuff like that, so it's not quite enough for a cart. But yeah, we want to get in with the nobility. Maybe get a quest from them. Okay. 52 gold pieces. Man, I chose the wrong tavern. I went to like this high-end bougie one. It's only 8 o'clock. Let's rest for 12 hours. Hey, Seal. CB? Is that how you say it? Welcome. Okay, we got the level up that we so dearly sought. Man, this was a hard-fought level up. Okay, what do we focus on? Intelligence is going to be good for us. Sure, 1 point in agility just to round it out. How about some speed and a couple points in personality? So as we enter Ranocassia, you see a piece of brittle poster board that has an advertisement of some kind. Hunter for ravenous werewolf. No, it's been stealing local herd life in the night. Gold reward, find Slurseer at the Devil's Porcupine if interested. I don't know, man. I'm kind of scared of werewolves, which I think is a pretty good, like, default disposition toward werewolves. Look at this. Look at how cute. My goodness. Look at how cute this little nook is. That's awesome. It's like a date night. Daggerfall Unity date night. Oatmeal with berries. Certified Hood Classic. Okay. You notice a book. Target language nymph. Now, we don't actually have the nymph skill in the game anymore. It's called something else due to language skills overhaul, but this quest is not up to date with that. It's freezing and rainy day in the mountains. Cool. Alright, let's see if we can get in here. Yeah, it's locked. Gosh. So where do we start? Do we start with the Duke-looking person? I love this portrait too. Siaz, Kayaz. Hey, Mauthe, can I just ask them about work using polite tone? What's Faug? I trust you implicitly, so I hope you understand when I tell you that I just don't know. Okay, how about any news? The lady promised to send more forces to clear out the bats in Athruza. What is Athruza? Is that gonna be on my map now that he's mentioned it? Oh, it's a city. I don't really want to go to a city. If the lady wants me to go take care of some bats, I'll do it for her. My name is Ferg. Can you help me, my friend? I can only pay you 500 gold. That's 497, but, you know. My prayers have been answered. Fear has not been seen for 4 days, and I am very worried about him. He has been seen consorting with Dell and Blickturn. You might want to start with them. If you can't find Fear in the 2 days, you need not search any further. Okay, Dile, maybe? Not tell me, but like... Dil, Blickturn. Well, where are they? Hey, where is yeah, you know where this person is? What about Blickturn? Blickturn. My personal Scrivener assures me Blickturn is that way, southwest. Okay. We're going back to the Yomford residence, or whatever it's called. Alright, let's go talk to some passersby. Yeah, the mountain scenery in this region in particular is very fitting. Tell me about people. Where is people? Alright, yeah. Let's go back to being blunt. Ask someone who gives a damn. Sorry. Okay, okay. Well, maybe I could be polite with you then. To be honest, okay, so she does like... Man, I thought that I would have a decent reputation with our people by now. Alright, people. Where is people? Dill. Omnitrot Cassia 2. What's the dealio? Okay. These people are being really rude to me. I have like 70 personality. Come on. Okay, he said to start southwest, so we're going to start southwest, but really not liking their attitudes here. Maybe we can find a man and use our Priestess of Dibella charms on him. Hey, man. People, Dell. Why does nobody know about these people? Okay. So we're going to the Wickton residence. Finally, a lead. Yeah, normal is a good option there. I just always feel like using one of, like, normal, I don't think checks your streetwise or etiquette, so at least using polite or blunt, you have a chance for your skill to help out, you know? That's my rationale there. So the Blichtturn guy, Blichtkern, is out here somewhere. Okay, it's this one. You're not Blichtkern, you're just a person. Is Blichturn in your closet? Sure is. Cursed Darvak. I haven't seen Fair since the day before yesterday. You could ask... this is going to be a really annoying kind of quest, I can tell. You could ask Chalga or Dile. One of them might know. Okay, man. Hey, where is people... What about Chalga? Okay. You're Mindari Arvithord. I wouldn't tell you about Chalga. Man, I haven't done anything wrong. Why do they all hate me? See, that one you can tell by his response that it wasn't like about my... which option I selected. They just don't like me. The cold is unrelenting. I don't really have fitting clothes for this, apparently. Deal? Chalga? Let's see about Chalga. Oh, man. We're about to give up on this missing persons thing, I think, and just go back to finding quests and things like that. I mean, dungeons. Where is people? Deal? Yeah, nobody knows. Alright. Let's get our horse. Let's go back to the Fighters Guild and see if they want to give us a quest, because I'm tired of... Maybe I'll ask people on the way, but just interfacing with the menus itself takes a while, so... Really bad luck with that quest. But this is the sort of thing that I would... These kinds of quests are interesting in a way, but it's just so much more fun to go through dungeons. Let's see if he has one ready for us. Yeah, I think they're like all out of quests here or something like that, because he keeps giving me filler answers. I'll ask this guy. Hey man, looking for... Let's just go to normal. Okay, first try. Good advice, guys. So we got the Hearthstone residence for Dile. Yeah. Hearthstone residence is... I wish I could like control F on this. There's Wigton. Hearthstone is pretty close. It's handy. Yeah, I mean, we are getting close to moving towns, Spartan. That's a good point. I do like holding up in one area, but it's very cold in this area, and that's a good reason to get out of here, if nothing else. Okay, so we got all of our contacts on the map. Greenwing residence is somewhat close as well. We need to go past the bookshop. I'm going around it right now. Okay. Hey, do you know where Dile is? Dile? Up here in the attic? No? Standing on the bed. Fair, I haven't seen him for a couple days. Try asking Terentha, she might know. Okay, man. They all wanted me to talk to them normally the whole time. Treat them like people. Greenwing residence is north. We gotta ask about Tirtha or whatever on the way. Where is people? Terentha. Bucking residence, thank you. And that one is right next to us. 2 houses over. You got your party home safe for tonight at least. You got to skin a giant rattlesnake to make up for getting robbed a little. That's cool, man. So what resources are you using for your solo game? Like, what's the system? You said OD&D. What's the, like, Oracle and the monster? Like, where are you getting that sort of thing from? Yeah, so I was just thinking about the ultimate goal for this character. One, I want to get to the highest rank in the Temple of Dibella that we can, but I also think it would be cool to do the Daedric quest for Meridia, because she's like, she's a anti-undead, I guess. She kind of lines up well with the priestess aesthetic. So those are the two that come to mind. We might also want to buy a house in Tygonas if we end up spending our whole life in this region with this character. Did Ferg put you up to this? I thought so. By the Dwarf King. He had a nasty fight with Fear a few days ago. Fear left town and hasn't been seen since. No, I don't know where he was sent. Where he went. Okay, that's a bit more info. And now we go to... wasn't there one more? What's the next one on our map? Start with a B, I think. We went to Greenwing. Didn't we? We went to Buckingham. Maybe we do need to go to Greenwing next. Yep, max out our rep in Dibella. Maybe buy a house. And really would like to summon Meridia. Using the monster tables from Old School Essentials. Oh, Wizard has sleep. That's good to know. Or good to have. I think we do need to go to Greenwing Residence. I could be wrong. But I think that's where the Talatla person is. Yeah, I imagine it'll be kind of fun if we get to that stage of the game where we're shopping for a house and we have to to find the perfect one that has all the services in the town that she wants. Oh, I didn't mean to cast that. Things like that. You didn't roll starting gold, instead you started them with debt, like in Daggerfall fashion. That's funny. Sorry, I haven't seen Fair in a while. I don't know why Blickern sent you to me. Have you tried Dale? Oh, come on, man. I think we're just going to report back to the guy in the palace and say, like, look, man, your guy skipped town, because we've exhausted all of our leads by now. And this quest is kind of obnoxious. So your characters are in debt, but without having the gold that would normally be like they don't have the loan in hand. Longing for a loan. Hey man, Saphir's left town. Okay, he didn't need to do that. I would have forgiven him. Okay. We ended up getting the gold from it, so that's pretty cool. Let's go see if we can afford a cart. And if we can afford a cart, then I want to go back to the dungeon that has the humans in it and start loading it up with like armor and weaponry and stuff like that. Oh, but those Nightblades were pretty scary. We're in the wrong type of shop here. We'll sell the Silver Mace though. Not a lot of money, but you know, non-zero amount. You think it's halfway for a cart? So I know that the buying price is like 1,200, or like the value, I should say. I was hoping a better point than many, although not. They're all skillfully crafted. Buy for. Yo, hold on. We got it. We got it. Sweet. You have no horse to pull your wagon with. Oh yeah, au contraire, bro. All right, we have a wagon. The downside is it's pretty slow going with the wagon, but that's fine. We're going to load up all of our junk, man. All of our outfits. Maybe our campsite, but that's kind of good to have around. I feel like I'm not actually offloading much here. All right. Whew. So this is like a short-term goal that we took care of. Which dungeon should we go back to? We have the Harpy dungeon, which I'm not eager to go back to. I guess the only one to go back to is the one with the humanoids in it. Or maybe we just go to a different town. And let's go to a warmer town. What do you say? Like Tygonus? Go to the center? Could be fun. We're going to be close to out of money, but we can sell our jewelry and stuff like that to make up for that. So etiquette, streetwise, and running improved, which is sweet. So now, in addition to making a note of where our anchor is all the time, we need to make a note of where our cart is, because we might be leaving it in towns and stuff like that. Someone has set up an attraction nearby, gathering a small crowd together to try to hit with a ball and a large wooden club. A few people make the attempt and fail. The owner shouts that whoever can hit the ball farther than 10 meters will win. Let's try. What seemed like a simple game becomes complex once your club touches your hand. Its odd weight and shape make a solid hit very difficult. The gamesman tosses the ball 5 times, eliciting 5 misses. While you fail to earn the prize, the only penalty you suffer is a mockery. Okay. I thought maybe we would get that because we have a decent, blunt weapon skill. Okay, so we have the temple, we have the fighters guild. I think we're still... come on. 300 gold for mysticism. We don't have that kind of money. I think we're still leaning toward wanting to complete quests for the Fighters Guild to get money back now that we're still short on cash. In fact, is this pawn shop open? Let's get a few hundred. Oh, it's... Oh, hold on. I'm not accepting that this would kill me, by the way. I know this is like Ironman and stuff like that, but why am I dying in the center of town, you know? That was a bit weird. We shouldn't... I don't know what happened there. I've got disabled TGM. I got a little pissed there, I'm not gonna lie. Thought my game was betraying me. I don't think that you can buy a second horse, but that would be cool. So the game's programming would not allow for that. Ah, jeez Louise. I thought I just died from showing up in town and going to a pawn shop, and that would just piss me off. Like... So is it a weather thing? I should dress lighter. Okay. Let's go look in our inventory here. Boom, boom. Oh yeah, our sandals too. There we go. Priestess mode activated. Yeah, that was really weird. I don't know what happened. That's a quick save in the spirit of weird things happening. You know, there's sometimes whenever you get a death in an Ironman run that just seems like the game's fault and you want to call BS. I don't know if it actually was trying to kill us right there, because it did give us the line about how we regained consciousness, but... yeah, whenever the game just does wonky stuff like that, I'm like, man, I don't know about that. I'll let myself lose a character due to random tiles in a dungeon that do like a large amount of DPS all at once. I'll let my characters die to I forgot to refill my water skin, but not to that, I think. Man, when are we going to get a level up? Longing for a promotion. Let's read our little Dibella mantra. Open your heart to noble secrets of art and love. Treasure the gifts of friendship. Seek joy and inspiration in the mysteries of love. Aw. Okay. What if we just notes left cart at House of Dibella in Tygonus. And then we go to horse mode and we leave the cart behind, basically. Trying to see if we'll get another dungeon on the map before too long here. I feel like a very new player complaining about not getting my promotion because it's usually common knowledge after you've played for a while that it takes some time. And maybe some in-game time really just has not passed. Alright, some idiot knight went down into a hole to kill some tigers, and one of them was too tough. Not only did the knight run away like a wimp, but he lost an important personal possession to it too. He's paying gold if someone can bring it back to me. You in on this one? We want to go to the Malith cave, which is 1 day's travel to the south. Alright, yeah, you got me, man. The Malith cave would go right here. The Malith cave... Tigers? Question mark? Yeah, man, let's do it. Okay, I'll mark it on the map. Apparently most of the tigers were wiped out, or so the guy said. I don't know what you're gonna find in there, but it's your job to bring back some bracelet. He accidentally dropped her in the scuffle. It might be wrapped in a bag. If you have it back in 6 days, he'll give you 215 in return. The tiger itself doesn't matter. If it's that tough, I'd rather see it die of old age than claim one of our guild members. That's nice of you. Let's get some... We don't have like a lot of gold, but we do have some jewelry. I'm gonna get some training in archery for 157 gold. That's what I'm getting at there. And even though we're on a time limit, I think I will rest if it'll let me. To get our fatigue up. Yeah, it could be like I'm not meeting the prerequisites, but my skills are pretty good. Keep the notes in alphabetical order. Do you mean like literally in the notebook page? Because I really don't think about it. Oh, it's nighttime. Hey, Archer. Man, am I just gonna... Yeah, oh, you cannot travel with enemies nearby. I guess the Archer counts as an enemy? Hold on. We're just gonna fast travel, because I don't want to wait around another day. Hope y'all can forgive me for that, but it's getting pretty late. Hold on. We got a couple monks out here. Look at that. That's kind of neat. We did not bring our cart, but that was intentional. Oh, but we have our armor in the cart. So we're doing this armorless, it looks like. Except for a little this, a little bit of that. Yeah, we didn't bring the best equipment with us. Hold on. Let's try to... Okay, we have our bedroll at least. Hey, guys. Relax. Got some sharpshooters over here. Hey, I'm just here for the tiger. These guys are tough, like, and they're not. Okay, we pacified one of the monks. That's good. Hiya. Maybe we can get the monk to come with us into the dungeon, or he can protect me while I rest. The monk was carrying prayer beads. That's pretty fitting. Let's go ahead and take his armor. We don't actually have pauldrons even back at our cart. And if this ends up being a dungeon that we want to spend some time at and loot, then we can always come back with our cart. Bat's pretty good find here, getting some food. Hey man, do you want to come with me? No, but he'll be outside. I mean, it's fine. Okay. We will do our best. Okay, I hear rodents. That's pretty good for us. Until we get diseased, of course. But we want to be able to, you know, explore a lot without necessarily resting a lot. Because we are on a time limit, right? Yeah, 5 days time. Oh, thank you for the quick save reminder. I actually really like this music too. Okay. Sounds like a bear. Did we end up taking animal taming? No. We don't have... I think it was Sylvan Tongue that I was thinking of taking too. Now, that might have been a bear. It might have been the tiger that we're looking for. So maybe we try to get through here. Kind of scared. Not gonna lie. We have no chance of hitting with this, right? Like, we have to get a lot of training before... Yeah, it's 6%. My goodness. Yeah, I think we're gonna have to get a lot of training before that becomes, like, a viable combat strategy. Let's light some torches and drop... okay, never mind. Light the candle and drop it, yeah. I'm gonna kind of light up this hallway for us. Did we try... Yeah, I didn't think it would unlock. Dang, what did I just cast? At least it wasn't accidentally hitting the recall button. Okay. Okay, that looks like it, honestly. If the quest target is right there, that's pretty convenient for us. Come on. Come on. Yep. Just gonna cast some spells, keep our HP at a decent level. Ooh. The saber-toothed tigers in this game they're usually pretty scary, but man, there's something fierce at low levels in Skyrim. Look at all that meat. Did we already find the quest target? Because that would be pretty cool. The bag is rather conspicuous. You grab it and open it and find the bracelet inside. This must belong to the knight. Okay, well, there you go. Now, this is pretty helpful. Yeah, you're probably right about... Maybe I'll practice using the bow on some of these bats. Here we go. Because now we can just, like, escape at our leisure, basically. At our leisure. Anytime we feel slightly overwhelmed. Oh my goodness, not another... Ah, come on, I can't catch a break. Another were... Oh, this one sounds like a werebear based on the sound effect. Werebore, I mean. Wherefore art thou, Romeo? Let's put a little reminder down here. Do we stick around to fight the werebore? Like, because we are technically cornered. I guess... Oh man, we didn't even pick up the chain cuirass. Would have been the wise thing to do. Yeah, so I didn't bring the cart with me, that's the thing. I left it in town, kind of intentionally. Although if I was just fast traveling, it would have been harmless. You know, I think some of these statues, if you touch them, it does damage or something like that. Okay. Training target right here. But I hear another were monster nearby. Werebore. Let's use our never tiring, yeah, broadsword. Get some mileage out of that. Yeah, even if I'm just whiffing at a bat once in a while, I'm hoping this will be like, oh, we hit him. Good enough to cash in for a level up, basically. Okay, I heard an ambient door opening, but it was not a werewolf coming to attack us, which is what I was afraid of. Okay, so we're still looking for a dungeon that's good for us. Like a dungeon that feels doable. You know, a dungeon that... I mean, this one's fine. It won't be long before we feel strong enough to fight the lycanthropes, I think. But I'm not choosing that battle now. Leisure sounds more leisurely than leisure. Yeah. I'm American though, so I feel pretentious by saying, like, leisure. Okay. We got what we needed. We got a little bit of training on a bat. I don't know how much longer we want to stick around. Didn't I use an arrow? I meant like a chalk arrow. Oh, there's a slaughterfish. This is consistent. This cell block almost always has a slaughterfish floating out of the water for some reason. Okay, this is the open door, so I probably came from over here. Yeah, okay, here's the chalk. Means a werewolf is around here too. Okay, we made it. Any enemies? Oh, this is just our boy. Speaking of our boy, let's post up here. Cook. And then rest. Okay, enemies are nearby. That's why we're here. Hey, you know, I'll practice my archery too, buddy. It feels like so taunting and unnecessary whenever Clemens and Calories tells me I need more rest. Whenever, oh wow, he just got up there and dropped him. That looked pretty cool. Yeah, whenever Clemens and Calories tells me I need more rest after my rest is interrupted, it's like I know it's just doing its job, but I'm like, I get it, man. I'm trying to rest. Give me a break. Yeah, I'm kind of wanting to find some enemies to fight while I have a buddy nearby to help me out. But it's almost time to head back home. Yeah, actually, David, I looked that up today. Wood elves have a natural, like, +1 to hit and damage for each level. So I'm level 4. We're getting +1 to hit, and I think that's how it works. Okay, we're gonna rest one more time. It's cool that we found some prayer beads. It's a shame about the other monk. Did not see eye to eye with us. I guess this is technically stuff that's worth selling. It's not gonna be worth very much. I hope we made it back in time. I think we did. It didn't take long. We just did kind of a bit of resting. Food's getting ripe, of course. Ah, damn it. We left our horse. That's on me. That's on me. I'll probably get it, like, last thing we do or something like that. I was wondering why it took us 2 days to travel there. Maybe it was already like that. Yeah, so let's go back to the Fighters Guild. Let's turn in our stuff. You notice a crowd gathered. Somebody's apparently following a wound. I embarrassed myself the last time I tried that. I'm not doing it again. I probably should have, honestly. I probably should at least try it as a priestess of Dibella. But they're asking me to use medical, and I'm like, why can't I just, you know, cast a dang spell on them? Okay, we're gonna sell the steel warhammer and the chain boots for a non-zero amount of money. Alright, so I got the whole next week off of work. That means I'll probably have one or two at least one, maybe 2 streams next week. Like Tuesday or something like that. But that whole bit that we talked about last time about struggling to do our morning routine It's gonna be so real this time. I'm just going to... I'm glad to have all the time off and to get some rest, don't get me wrong. We'll see if I'm able to force myself to wake up early. But you know, today, because I stayed up too late last night, I slept in today, and I still did a lot of my morning routine stuff just throughout the day. So maybe I'm not completely hopeless. I knew you'd do it. I even told that knight to bring me some money ahead of time, so that's how sure I was of you. Sure, man. Okay, we're going to try to get a promotion from the House of Dibella. Maybe take a quest to be a cliffhanger to start off on. When quest givers tell you a time frame for travel, is it on foot, horseback, or dependent on... Yeah, that's a good question. That's a really good question. I'm assuming that it's based on foot because that's what the mode of transportation you're currently using. Yeah, but I'm not sure for sure. Yeah. Man. Promote me, you guys. Let's see what kind of quest they would want to give me. One of our good members in Belijet is suffering under some sort of cruel illness. We usually employ our healers for our own, but this sickness is clearly not life-threatening. We merely wish to shorten the recovery period from weeks to days. With this pack of red rose... Oh, I forgot. I'm supposed to be grabbing roses and stuff to leave as offerings for Dibella. So 1 day to the southwest. Okay. Barely legit. 1 day to the southwest. I probably should have read that last bit. Oh, there's our cart. Berb. Yeah, no, we're gonna go to Malith Cave. Can travel recklessly, I don't mind. Jumping and running improved. That's, I guess, from being in the dungeon. Yep, use our sugar lumps. So I feel like there's probably a fight to be had here. Is it the kind of fight that we want? It's not the kind of fight we want. I saw a couple of casters. I'm just not going to deal with that. You just don't know with casters. They got some DPS on their side. Is this it? Bear. Yeah, this is it. Oh, we got the Cloco. We got the Cloco. Look at the cute little skull-shaped cemetery. That has to be intentional, right? Like the developers just thought this would be a cool way to shape the cemetery. Alright, doing a basic delivery quest. Then we're going to go back to the Temple of Dibella back at home. Oh yeah, we got to mark... Bailiff Cave... Oh. Where? Wolf. Where boar? Let's go ahead and mark that the Bailiff Cave has this type as well. We have not found our magical dungeon that has like knights and archers and things like that we can try to recruit just yet. That's kind of disappointing. Or the smug figure ambles around the area showing off some piece of paper to passersby. Eventually he comes in contact with you. Hail, Wood Elf. Got a bit of a trick for you to sign. I don't want to deal with that, man. So much text to read. I shouldn't complain about that. It's good that we have new quests in the game. I just wasn't interested in that one. People, Glarcy. Are we going to find Glarcy? I accidentally skipped this. Yeah. And the Hawksley residence. Hey, man. Do you know where the Hawksley residence, if I ask you like that? Wow, okay. Perfect. It's north past the temple. I'm getting real, like, just one more sort of vibes from Daggerfall tonight. Like, I keep thinking, like, this is going to be the last thing I do. And then something easy comes up, and I'm like, well, let's just do this. Oh, hey. What is this? The temple sent you? Oh, dear. I fear your journey was a bit of a miscalculation. I have overcome the illness in a most stellar fashion over the last couple of days, and feel ready even now to resume my services. But now that you're here, why not go together? Let me just get my things, and I'm more than happy to take you for a guide. All right, well, sure. We're just going back to the temple then? The blue wall was really... I guess it looks nice. It's just drastic. Okay. Was there anything I wanted to shop for here? Let's just go back. See if we are worthy of a promotion yet. I think she's possessed. Yeah, I mean, okay, the carrier steps up. I was told to give you a letter, someone fitting your description. It's probably Lady Magnesson getting on to me. I'm just not really feeling like the main quest. That would send us to some dungeons, though. I don't know. What do y'all think? Is it worth doing some main quest dungeoning or questing with this character, or should we focus on just doing our factions? It could be cool to see some areas besides Tygonis, but on the other hand, hunkering down in one region is kind of my jam. My plan is currently to not do the main quest, but I re-enabled the option to have it open in case we wanted to do some of that. Okay. I'm expecting some sort of twist from this quest, but maybe this is just one of those low-level safe quests. Yeah, alright. Sorry we had to send our good friend Minari to fetch you, but all is well, it ends well. How good that you could travel together for safety's sake. Here's your reward all the same, Minari. Take the red rose back if you still have it. Yeah. They gave us 65 gold. Do some main quests, but stop fairly early on a quest that does not have a time frame. Yeah, it's a good plan. Okay, finally. The council has chosen to honor you again with a promotion in rank. Your loyalty and talent has won you no small esteem here and earned your new title, Acolyte. From this moment on, if you ever need a wound healed, talk to me or one of the other clerics. We'll happy to do what we can for free. That's cool. Another perk to doing the main quest is, like, I will most likely do some overland travel, which would result with us advancing in our ranks, basically. So let's see where Lady Magnesson would want to meet if we want to start things off. Did she already leave? I have extended my stay, Lucky Rascal, at Margate for two. Of course, there's a possibility that you've intentionally snubbed me and shirked your duty to the Emperor. Hope that's not the case. If you fail to arrive, I'll be forced to assume that you are a traitor to the Imperial Majesty. Where is Margate? I doubt it's here. Margate. Let's go to Daggerfall. She's usually in Daggerfall. Yeah. Oh wow, this is an expensive trip. We gotta go there recklessly to even have the money for it. And let's see, how long is it going to take? Margate. Travel time 20 days. Ah, man. Is she gonna, like... Is she gonna not want me there? We have to be at a port to travel by ship, but that would be the quickest way to get there, I think. But we are in a port, aren't we? Like, every capital is technically a port. Let's do it like this. We're gonna start off by going to this place. Alright, now we go over here. Oh, we have to go to a destination. That is, okay. Trip cost way... Oh, that's so expensive to go by a ship. Alright, man. Okay, we're gonna go recklessly to Margate, it looks like. Recklessly cost... But she might not be there. She might just be like, hey, we're done with you. But we're gonna try. Probably gonna be cold whenever we arrive. After sailing the high seas across High Rock Sea coast for 18 days, a lengthy pursuit results in battle as attackers clamor aboard your vessel. Oh, this is cool. This is this is the mod by Red Rory that I haven't seen yet. It's funny that we have a bunch of attackers who are rodents trying to get on our vessel. Oh, this must be Things Betwixt, or it could be Things Betwixt, rather than the Sail the High Seas mod. Get a little bit of training in with our bow here. So I don't know if the rats swam that far. Maybe the bat carried the rats in their talons, you know? Oh, you want some more? Ship's kind of big. Well, it makes sense, but it's like a double-decker. Okay, one more, and I think we're gonna... Oh, look at that! I was just gonna say one more would be enough for our archery level up. Okay, so now what do we do? You're currently... I'm unwell? Come on, man. Just one encounter with the rats will do it. Cure disease. Cure disease. Okay, we got it that time. So what happens? Do we continue traveling, or am I gonna have my horse? How do I do this, guys? Okay, we just pull up the map again and it should work as usual. You unhitch your wagon, you dismount Cloco. I actually want to hitch my wagon and mount Cloco. Okay, so we were looking for... That's assuming she has not left yet, because I don't remember if she actually... Ah, dude, we failed the quest. We just didn't talk to her in time. Wow. A loud neigh grabs the attention of passersby. Rain has turned dirt to mud, sinking one of merchant's wagon into the deep. Yeah, no, we're not gonna be able to do that. So, I guess the thing to do now is just do some quests in Daggerfall since we're here, you know what I mean? I kind of expected this to be a possibility. Oh, wait, we don't have to do that. We can recall, teleport. Recall, anchor. We're back in Gisle, or Gisle, whatever it is. I was worried that we were going to be like completely out of money, or so low on money that we wouldn't be able to afford the return journey. Let the record show that we tried. All right. We didn't try hard enough, but yeah, the time it took to get there, Magnuson had already moved on. Let's see if we have another promotion queued though, because it's been like 20 days. It might be a month. I think the month is a magic number there. Hey Spartan, yeah, good night. I'm almost done as well. Yeah, okay. Let's go to our cart, horse and cart. Okay, yeah, it's been a long stream, and let's go to, yeah, call it that. Feels like a long stream. Maybe I'm just tired. But yeah, we finally got a level up. We finally got an advancement in the temple faction. I'm gonna try to stream probably on Tuesday. I don't know. Keep an eye on the community tab for a post to make sure that that's going down. I've also finally got this other birth sign video to upload soon, so be on the lookout for that. But yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in, and we survived another session. I'll see you in the next one. Y'all have a good night.